Tesla is in the news again. They usually like that, but I'm not sure they'll be happy this time because an investigation is underway after 2 passengers were killed over the weekend in the US state of Texas when their driver-assisted Tesla car crashed into a tree at high speed. Authorities in the US are investigating nearly 24 crashes involving Tesla cars that were either using or may have been using the autopilot system. Here in Australia, there have been multiple trials for smart electric cars, and industry experts say consumer education needs to be an integral part in rolling out this technology. Rita Excel is a civil engineer and executive director of the Australia and New Zealand Driverless Vehicle Initiative, which is based in South Australia. Rita Excel, welcome back to Breakfast.
Oh, thanks, Fran.
So this fatal accident this weekend in the US, the authorities believe the car was operating without anyone in the driver's seat. If that's proven to be the case, who's at fault here? The car owner or the manufacturer? Was it a driverless car? Was it not a driverless car? Why wouldn't there have been someone in the driver's seat?
Well, Fran, there's no such thing as a driverless car sold anywhere in the world currently that you and I could buy. So even Tesla, the warnings are quite clear that the driver must be in control of the vehicle. So that's, categorically that was being misused, the vehicle. The big question that everybody globally is asking, and regulators and enforcement agencies, is there some communication that's leading people to believe that the technology in, a Tesla or other vehicles is capable of driving itself? So that's the real problem, is about, yes, there's warnings and you must be in control, but why are people misusing the technology? That's the big question.
Okay, so that goes to, I guess, this autopilot system. Can you tell us what that is?
So the autopilot, there's various different names, and that's the other problem, is that there's lots of different names that vehicle manufacturers use. It is a driver assistance technology, which means it's there just to assist the driver, and it's lane keeping assistance that we have on normal vehicles that you and I drive, and adaptive cruise control. So those two working together are able to keep the vehicle in the lane and, at a distance from the car in front. The big issue is that people become complacent with it, because if they keep these technologies operating without them having to intervene, like touch the steering wheel or, then they believe that the car is actually driving itself, when in fact it's not.
I mean, Tesla says the driver has to monitor and be ready to intervene, but being ready to intervene is different to intervening. But I get a bit confused, Rita, between an automated driving system and a driver-assisted system. Are they different, and what kind of cars are equipped with anything close to this technology in Australia currently?
None. So there are levels of vehicles. So I think the only thing we've got in Australia is a level 2. And level 2 is the adaptive cruise control and the lane keeping assist, and then you have pedestrian warnings. And
almost every new car has this now, don't they?
Almost every new car, not just the $100,000 plus cars, almost every new car. And these are really valid safety features. And these vehicles are actually stopping a lot of rear-end crashes, a lot of pedestrian crashes, because they detect and warn you. They can also stop fatigue crashes on country roads, because they alert you, or they buzz to tell you that you're veering off the road. So they're life-saving technologies that should be used by consumers. So we don't want people to not use this technology that's currently available.
They take some getting used to, though, don't they? I got a new car recently, and it had that lane assist, and it, when you start to veer a lane, it takes you back, and it's quite a jolt at first. And I do know some people have had that turned off in their car. So does this go to education?
Well, Fran, that's a really worrying statistic, and the Australian New Car Assessment Program and other organisations, even FCAI, which is the Federal Chamber of Automotive Industries, they want to encourage people to use these technologies in the vehicle, to understand how they work, and so that they are life-saving technologies. But yes, when you're first confronted by it, if you're not quite sure what's going on, it is a bit of a surprise. So we just want to make sure that there's enough consumer awareness, whether you're buying a vehicle brand new or from some other method that you understand how to use these technologies and what to expect from them.
So, Rita, cruise control and lane keeping assist, that's a long way from a driverless car. In fact, I think I may have spoken to you many years ago when you were involved in South Australia's first trial in 2016 of driverless cars. People, I think, are very interested to know, when will we have it? Will we ever have it? And what will our roads need to be? How will we need to be adjusted, our road and our traffic signal system, to make this safe? How would it work?
Well, Fran, so 2015 in South Australia on the Southern Expressway, we closed the road, the freeway, both sides of the road, to demonstrate what's available now in any production car, which is lane keeping assist and adaptive cruise control. So that was the technology back then and capability. So when we're talking about going forward, 2022, post-2022, there will be vehicles coming off the production line that have the capabilities to drive themselves on certain roads at certain times. So if you take an urban freeway where you've got good signage, you've got good information, you haven't got pedestrians, you haven't got any intersections or anything like that, then the vehicle will be able to keep within its lane and drive itself for that freeway. And that's already been done in the US, in Europe. It's been tested for many years now. We don't have any roads in Australia that are certified for that technology to operate on. And that's something that, from an ADVI perspective, we are really wanting to see, that where there is this technology, that it's proven and tested, that our road infrastructure is actually capable of allowing it to be switched on. Okay,
so the $64 million question, just briefly, how long away do you think is that world?
Well, look, the certification of the road network, we know what these roads need to have. We know that we're spending billions of dollars around Australia investing in high standard roads. We should be able to see that by 2025 you've got vehicles being able to operate like that on the urban freeway network, and hopefully some regional highways as well. But this is not driverless. You still have to be in control. You still have to, at a point when the technology and the road infrastructure don't match anymore, you'll have to take over. So they're transition points. But a fully driverless, where you can sit in the back seat, as been reported by this incident, we are a long, long way away from that.
All right, Rita, thank you very much.
Thanks, Ryan.
Rita Excell is Civil Engineer and Executive Director of the Australia-New Zealand Driverless Vehicle Initiative based in South Australia.